The upcoming trial of Robert J. Fisher is on July 31st, 2024. Robert J. Fisher had killed and raped Josefina Catherine Cunningham. I am her brother, Jy'Quan Stewart, and I'm trying to get her story worldwide coverage before the trial begins. The trial is 2 months. We don't have much time. I want this story to be powerful, just as the Emmett Till case. Please share Josefina's story. Josefina was found July 7th with blood. She was foaming at the mouth. There was bleach all over her. Robert J. Fisher in Rensselaer, New York had murdered and raped Josefina Cunningham. This story is powerful, and I wanted to shake a nation.
When word spread of little Josefina's senseless murder, it was like a sledgehammer to the calm facade of Rensselaer, New York. The town couldn't believe such evil could penetrate their peaceful bubble. With the trial of her alleged murderer, Robert J. Fisher, approaching quickly, her family comes together to demand justice and shine a spotlight on the case. They won't let this tragedy go unnoticed by the world. But amidst the clamor for change, Josefina's brother, Jy'Quan Stewart, offers a harrowing account of what led to his sister's senseless death. A chance encounter with Fisher, a stranger whose dark presence was undeniable, quickly turned into a waking nightmare when he revealed his ties to a convicted sex offender. Welcome to No Tears for Black Girls, crafted by renowned writer John Reedberg and brought to life by the talented Samantha Paul. Listen in, subscribe, or tap in on the Alive podcast app for exclusive content. Have a case or topic you want us to delve into? Head to our website, notearsforblackgirls.com, or send us an email at notearsforblackgirls@gmail.com. The night before Josefina's death, her brother made a visit to their mother's house, seeking out his keys. In retrospect, it would be the final time he laid eyes on his dear sister, for in the hours that followed, a tragedy would unfold before them. While Josefina slept peacefully, she was unknowingly left alone with Fisher, a man who would later reveal himself to be a monster. And upon returning from her errands at Walmart, her mother stumbled upon a horrifying sight: Fisher naked and carelessly deleting items from his phone. Oblivious to the true horror of the situation, she merely covered him with a towel and went about her business. It wasn't until morning broke that the full extent of the nightmare came to light. Upon waking, Josefina's mother discovered her beloved daughter lying lifeless on the floor, drenched in bleach with blue spots littering her body. The tragic news would reach the family in a phone call from Josefina's aunt while her brother was en route to work. Previous accounts had glossed over crucial details, leaving out the fact that Fisher was entrusted with Josefina's well-being and was supposedly a trusted friend of the family, despite his sordid criminal history. As the investigation unfolded, all evidence pointed to Fisher as the perpetrator of this heinous crime, a betrayal beyond measure for those who had placed their trust in him. Amid the chaos and devastation of young Josefina's passing, firefighters rallied to save her, but their efforts were in vain. The community was left with nothing but unanswered questions and a deep sorrow that consumed them all. As Rensselaer police delved into the investigation, Fisher, consumed by his own darkness, attempted to disrupt their work and gain access to the crime scene. His actions only added to the grief and trauma of those involved. During Fisher's initial court appearance in August 2023, investigators gave a bleak statement on the tragic events. The age of the victim alone is difficult. A lot of the fire guys, the police people have young children at home. That alone is difficult, and then it's a homicide. Somebody lost their life, take the age out of it. That it was a child. Somebody lost their life at the hands of another. These words from Rensselaer Police Deputy Sergeant Michael Deso echoed through the hearts of the community, reminding them of the brutal reality of Josefina's death and stirring up a raw sense of outrage and sadness. The unraveling of the case revealed a cruel and savage attack on young Josefina. Her blood stained the bed, a testament to her fierce struggle against her attacker. The family is left shattered in the wake of this tragedy, their cries for justice echoing through the world. Robert Fisher, who has entered a plea of not guilty, now awaits trial in Rensselaer County City Court, where he could face 25 years to life behind bars if convicted of murder. But proving his culpability will require more than just evidence. Prosecutors must also demonstrate intent and motivation beyond any doubt, as they seek to hold him accountable for this hate crime. The community is seething with righteous anger, all up in arms over this despicable act. Even the law enforcement big shots like Police Chief Warren Familietti and State Police Captain Robert Appleton can't hide their shock and disgust. They're grappling with the nitty-gritty details of Josefina's case, but they also feel the heavy weight of emotions that hit everyone involved. It's not an easy burden to bear, no sir. Everyone's talking about whether this was a hate crime or not. Some say it's clear as day. The perp targeted little Josefina because of her race, because she was a black child. The sheer brutality of it all, and the fact that she was just a sweet, innocent girl, only adds fuel to their fire. And you know what? They might be onto something. This whole mess has got people questioning the system, wondering if there's some deep-rooted racism and prejudice at play here. As we get closer to the trial date, the debate rages on. Folks who believe in justice and equality are keeping a close eye on things, hoping and praying that this time around, our legal system will do right by Josefina and address these bigger issues at hand. But even if that doesn't happen, one thing's for sure. We'll never forget little Josefina and what happened to her. She serves as a reminder of how important it is to protect our most vulnerable members of society and fight for justice when their lives are taken from us too soon. May she rest in peace. In an exclusive interview with No Tears for Black Girls, Jy'Quan Stewart spoke out about the upcoming trial of Robert Fisher and his hopes that his sister's case will finally receive the attention it deserves. Jy'Quan made a bold declaration, stating that this could be seen as a hate crime, a message he wants to send loud and clear to the courts. "The world needs to see what happened," he said, emphasizing the importance of having more African American journalists and media companies cover this murder trial on July 31st at Rensselaer County Court in Troy, New York. "This is a big case," he added. In addition, Jy'Quan plans to take action by reaching out to the New York state government and advocating for the death penalty for child rapists and murderers. He couldn't ignore the fact that New York State had abolished the death penalty in 2007, citing its cruelty as the reason. "People may think I'm crazy for taking things too far, but I want justice for my sister," Jy'Quan shared candidly. It was clear that his determination knew no bounds as he bravely fought for a bigger audience to hear their story. Sadly, one detail that has not been mentioned in the news is how Josefina's mother discovered her daughter's lifeless body, covered in bleach with blue spots all over her. The family received the tragic news when Josefina's aunt called her brother while he was on his way to work. As investigations unfolded, it became apparent that Josefina had been brutally raped and murdered. Blood on the bed revealed a violent struggle, leaving behind only the face of innocence, captured forever in my sister's photo that you see in the news. May the good Lord above bless this young man, Jy'Quan Stewart, who refuses to let his sister's murder go unanswered. Thank you for tuning in to No Tears for Black Girls, now a part of the Alive Podcast Network, the first Black female-owned and operated network dedicated to amplifying Black voices. If you enjoyed this episode, please show your support by following us on the Alive Podcast app, available on both iPhone and Android. You can also stay connected with us on social media and YouTube at No Tears for Black Girls, or on X at No Tears for BG. Remember to stay loved, stay blessed, and stay safe. Until next time.